Hey guys, how you doing? I want to talk to you about an issue that I had at this truck stop that I was parked. Well, I had this parking spot, and I was always every time stop at a truck stop, I always make sure that it's not a reserved parking spot, at least in the area that I'm going to be parking. And I looked and I searched for everything I guess on the ground. We all know if you're a trucker and all that, you know that when you arrive at a truck stop, especially big chains like Pilot, Love's, TA and all that, they all have markings on the ground, and some like TA's, Petros and all that, they have little stand signs, I guess, that say that those parts are reserved and all that. Well, this was the Pilot, and the Pilot they have markings on the ground, and if there's like a fence or somewhere they can. Sometimes they put the poles on the back with the information, that says that's a reserved parking and all that. Well, I stopped at this truck stop, and the spot that I took did not have that sign either written on the front where the parking spot is, and it didn't have a sign pole on the back either. That and all the way down to my left, I guess, because that's all the area that these people were saying that was a reserved parking, and they were knocking on all the drivers' doors. And I got out and I took video of that, and I was telling them, hey, this is not reserved parking. Reserved parking is those ones over there by where the fence line is. You can see, I told them I saw those parking spots over there. That's why I didn't take those spots over there. Those spots say reserved on the front where the trucks park, and then on the back side on the fence line, they have signs that say reserved parking. From that point over there all the way up to here, and as far as it goes to the curb up there, there's no sign or there's nothing written in front of the parking spot that says that it's reserved parking. That's why I took this spot right here. And then they were claiming, or they were saying, that I had to pay because it was reserved parking and all that. And like I said, I took out my video, started recording, and I started telling them, hey, this is not a reserved parking, And then I recorded. I walked all the way up to the area where they had this parking spot that had the reserved sign on the front and the sign on the back. And I told them, this is what it is. Okay, this is what it's. The areas that are reserved, they are clearly marked. Even though on the ground there's a little bit faded out, but you could still see that it says reserved. And then on the front part of where I'm parked, and from there and all the way down to the where the curb is, none of the parking spots have reserved sign on the front of the parking spot, and on the back side they don't have those signs on the back. And then another driver actually came out as well, and he started complaining, hey, this is not reserved parking. So the lady ended up saying, okay, that's fine, yeah, you don't have to pay, it's not reserved. I know it's not reserved, but I just don't want to have any issues and all that if we leave it like that and then somebody comes up and tries to knock on my door, or a tow truck or whatever, I don't want to have any issues. That's why I'm recording. And she said, no, okay, that's fine, just go ahead, and you won't have any problems, I promise. Okay, so just to be careful, guys, when you stop at this truck stop, McCalla, Alabama, at the Flying J. I think it's a Flying J or a Pilot. Either way, it's the same chain. Just be careful there. I don't know if this is something that happens on the weekends only, because I stayed there Friday. I didn't have a problem on Friday. Nobody came and knocked on my door and anything. It was until Saturday evening, like around 8, they started knocking on people's trucks, and starting saying that it was reserved parking, that either they had to go pay or they had to move. I don't know if they have some type of scam going on, that being a weekend and all that, then, well, where are you going to complain? If you do, I guess you would have to wait till Monday. But I did tell them that I was, because everything that I was recording, because I was mad, of course, at the time, because they woke me up, or they knocked on my door and telling me that that's a reserved parking spot when I know it's not. So I did tell them, I'm going to go ahead and record this, and I'm going to report this, to the main office or whatever, and that's when I guess the girl that was there, I guess, she had a black shirt. I think, if I'm not mistaken, that the people that work at these places, like the ladies or the people that wear the black shirts, are either management or the managers of the store or the supervisors of the store. Because it was her, and then there was this other guy with a yellow shirt. So I just want to make sure that you guys, if you stop here at this truck stop, make sure you record when you park. You record that area that it says that it's not reserved, and on the back, in case you have any issues or whatever, and also get the name of the person that's telling you that that's a reserved parking. If you can get a picture or a video of the person, go ahead and do that. I did a mistake of not getting the names of the people. But it happened all of a sudden. It happened quick. They knocked on my door and then they started saying this. So I did grab I got dressed, because when I'm in the truck, obviously I get comfortable when I'm in my truck. So I had to get dressed and all that. So I went out and then I started recording, and I didn't think about recording the people that were telling me this. So if you stop there or any other truck stop that you see that it's not reserved and all that, unless they have signs that says all the parking spots are reserved, I always ask when I arrive to a place and all that, and they always tell me if it has a marking, on the front on the parking spot, yeah, it's reserved. If it doesn't, then it's not reserved. And I just want to record this video to let you guys know to be careful, especially on that truck stop that I'm mentioning, in Alabama, in McCalla, Alabama. Just be careful when you stop there. You see how now some areas are marked, and then this point, from that point all the way down, there's no markings. You can see it on the ground that there's over there on that side, they're all marked, not on this side. It's marked that it's reserved, and they have the signs back there, but only on that where the fence line is, not over here.